Hi. So sorry guys, I'm in a lot of pain. So don't mind me if I'm talking a lot of shit, like bullshit, a lot of stuff that doesn't matter, stuff that doesn't really matter. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm trying to let people know, and I'm trying to wake people up to let you know what's out there in the world. Okay, you never know what's out there. There could be a gray fucking big fucking alien coming out, and we don't just know. We don't know. We don't know. There could be UFOs coming out in the sky right now, you know, and we wouldn't know. So we all gotta try to calm down. We gotta try to relax, and we gotta try to understand each other as a society, as people, as human beings. Because if we don't talk to people, if we don't socialize to people, if we don't try to understand each other, then there's a chance that we won't be able to fully, fully understand each other or as people. We got to understand everybody, what everybody's going through, what problems are, what solutions are, what we can do in the moment instead of going to the past, instead of going to the future. I mean, we want to go to the future, but let's stay in the present. Stay in the present, because what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to help people out. I'm not. I mean, I want to help people out, but I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to help everybody out. Like people who are dicks. Or people who are, or like assholes. I don't really help people that are assholes. Or dicks. If you're a nice guy and you be honest to me, and you like to be honest with me, I will be honest with you. Okay. You don't have to tell me bullshit. I mean, all kinds of bullshit. I'm not saying that bullshit doesn't matter, but a lot of stuff doesn't matter to me. For example, I would say that there's been a chance when there was a one time when there was a gay clown in front of my living room, and I didn't know what the gay clown was saying. I thought the gay clown was saying some shit about, oh, I'm gonna make you dinner, or they were saying some shit, but I said that as a joke. I didn't mean that as a serious joke. If people say that as a joke, and people take that serious, then we have problems. But we're not saying that as a joke or as a reason. You know, but there's a lot of things that people don't understand about things, and the reason why we don't understand about things is because we're so focused on trying to harm each other, and trying to fight each other, that we don't know how to get along with people. People got to calm down, right? People got to try to understand why everything is the reason why it is. Okay, I didn't do this for no reason. Okay, you don't know what the fuck is out there. There could be a fucking reptilian out there, bro, or there could be a fucking gay wizard, you know. But that's why I'm not really bothered by it, because it is what it is. It's unexpected. Things can come out of the woodwork, and destroy us all. But we don't want to do that. So we got to try to stay calm. We got to try to stay organized, and we just got to talk. Because I never really had a real conversation with people. I never really had a conversation with people to actually get off my mind, to actually try to understand each other, instead of trying to understand what the fuck is going on in the world that people want to understand. I know I understand some people don't like me. I understand some people don't like me. They don't like that. They don't like that. They hate me, or I don't know. I feel like people hate me, but I'm not saying people hate me. I'm just saying that people should calm the fuck down. You know, I'm not saying that we have to fight for no reason. I'm saying that if the whole world was to wake up one day, and to realize that the whole world is being brainwashed, not being brainwashed, but it could be brainwashed. You just never know what's out there. Not being brainwashed, but I'm feeling like, I just feel like that the world needs a little bit of peace. If we don't have any peace, then what's the point of fighting all the time? Well, what's the point of doing that? I mean, if we fight all the time, then there's not going to be any peace. What if one day, if everybody stopped fighting, and there was just peace? That would be fucking amazing, bro. There would be no more fighting, no more drama, no more chaos. There would be nothing. And I sit back in my mind like, wow, no fighting, no nothing, just no drama. And then I go on YouTube, And I go on fucking YouTube, like YouTube, you know, and I'm trying to watch a video, and somehow there's a guy complaining about stupid shit. I mean, not stupid shit, but just like stuff that matters. But like, you know, hold on. Like stuff that matters, but like it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter, but like people say that it didn't matter like fucking 5 years ago when I said this shit. People thought I was crazy. I mean, I am crazy. I'm the crazy motherfucker. I'm probably the craziest person in the world. You know, maybe I am. You know, but I'm not saying that you know, I could be crazy. I mean, I am crazy. I mean, why do you think? Why do you think I walk around with these? Why do you think I walk around suspiciously? Because I'm always watching out what people do. I'm always watching people what they do. You know, because I can never have eyes for something else. You know, and for example, let's take an example. Let's say somehow, if, you know, let's say if I wanted to watch a video on YouTube to get my mind off of reality, and that's what I do. I mean, I don't do that anymore. I used to do that a lot, but I stopped doing that because, you know, I like to experience this stuff, you know, and I'm like a magnet, you know, for like toxic people because, you know, that's just because, you know, I just am, you know. And another thing is, if we don't try to understand each other, if we don't try to talk to each other, if we don't try to figure something out, like for example, if we don't figure out, you know, like a lot of things, or let's say that, you know, we can try to figure out a lot of things, you know. But what I don't understand is why everybody has to fight, you know. Why? 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 Just why? Just why, huh? Because you think that fighting is going to get somewhere? You think that fighting is going to get to a point? To fight for a cause? Nah. You know, not me. You know, I don't like fighting. You know, YouTube is filled with drama and filled with all kinds of stupid shit. Like, people would fight for no reason. People would fight for absolutely no reason. People would fight because they want to fight to the death. I mean, me? I would fight to the death. I don't really care. I mean, I don't really have problems, you know. But the reason why I would fight for the death is because, you know, I would say I've been through a rough past. But, like, I would say that, you know, I've been through a lot. I mean, I haven't been through a lot, but I've been through, like, a lot of things that people don't know about. You know, I never told this stuff about people because I didn't want people to freak out. I didn't want people to say, oh, what a loser, what a fucking freak lick, what a fucking weirdo, oh, get the fuck out of here, you know. I didn't want people to think that, you know. I'm not saying that I'm not, you know, I'm not saying, all right, that somehow if I said something, it was going to be in the back of my mind, like, oh, you should know something. Oh, sorry. You know, I'm just trying to keep people in my head. I'm trying to let people know, and I'm trying to let people understand what it means to be yourself. Just be yourself. You know, if you want to do something, then do it. Put your mind on something and do it. Don't come to me like I have the answers. I mean, maybe I do have answers, all right? Maybe I do. But I'm not the one who is getting all angry. I'm not the one who's getting all depressed. I'm not the one who's getting all sad, because I fucking know something's wrong in the planet right now. You know, something's wrong on the planet. You know, something can be wrong. There could be a lot of things that's going on around the planet. We just don't know what's going on. I mean, the reason why there's so much war and chaos is because of resources, oil, money, and let's say power. That's the only reason why we go in, why there's so much war going on in this timeline, because we have so much war that we don't know the difference between what is right and what is wrong, right? For example, you can do something, right? And the next thing you know, there's a lot of people in your mind like, what the fuck? You know? So I'm trying to understand why everybody's so obsessed with, you know, saving the trees, or not saving the trees, but like we have enough trees. I mean, we don't have enough trees. I mean, if people planted more trees, I'll be happy with that, man. Like, you know, we're just like, I'm not trying to come up as a dick or as mean, but I'm a nice guy. I'm always a nice guy, you know. And the reason why I'm a nice guy is because I don't go around saying names to people. I don't really go around, you know. I don't really disrespect people as much as I do, you know. Or I don't really disrespect people, but the reason why I do is because I have a lot of mental problems, you know. I have a lot of mental illnesses, so it's kind of hard for me to keep working to do what I want to do, and it's kind of hard for me to do what I want to do when you have uh, like some kind of mental illness, you know. It's kind of hard. Yeah, that's all I want to say. So bye.